to another team announcement video proudly sponsored by Villy's Cakes. Once again, we're joined by football manager Chris Dixon. Chris, thanks for joining us once again. We get straight into it, just recapping last week. Obviously not the ideal result, going down to the reigning premiers Box Hill by 13 points, but there must have been plenty of positives you guys took out of the match.
Yeah, there were. Look, we certainly played good football at times, particularly in the second half. There are a lot of areas that we need to work on. Definitely our ball use is an area that we need to work on going forward. We felt like we had more of the football, more inside 50s, but certainly our efficiency going forward was nowhere near where we wanted to be. So, look, conversion as well, goal was probably an area that we really want to improve on. We certainly had the chances to probably get back in the game, but to Box Hill's credit, they did put a lot of pressure on us, and the way they set up and their counter-attacking was very good, and obviously they're the better side on the day, got the result.
And player-wise, there were a lot of debuts, but a couple of youngsters in Jake Owen and Michael Gibbons, both kicking a couple of goals each, and Gibbons being named the 23rd man again this week. You must have been wrapped with those guys' performances.
Yeah, look, both of them showed us a lot in the pre-season. Look, obviously both were options for us as a 23rd player, but in the end, both of them picked themselves. So Jake earned his spot in the 22, and obviously played Gibbo as a 23rd. So and both of them have held their spot this week, which is fantastic. So Gibbo once again will be our 23rd player, and they kicked 4 goals last week, and hopefully they really impressed our fans out there.
So moving on ahead now to this week's clash against the Northern Blues at Visy Park. What are you expecting out of the Blues this week?
Yeah, look, they're going to have a pretty strong lineup. They've got a lot of Carlton players available. Look, I think they've only really got 1 or 2 of their AFL listed players injured at the moment. So they're going to have a really strong representation. There could be up to 18, 19, 20 Carlton players taking the field. So got a lot of good quality players coming back from injury as well. So look, they're going to be really on song. They're going to be hard to beat on their home ground first up, and I know they'll be keen for a big performance.
Now, the club's picked up a few ex-Blues this year. Do you think there'll be anything extra in the game?
Look, certainly not from our point of view. We'll just be focusing on getting 4 points, and if you sort of know the guys who we've brought across, they're just professionals. They don't need any extra motivation to play. They'll be going out there and representing the club. So we're looking forward to just focusing on what we want to achieve and getting the 4 points. And
again, there's an ex-Seagull now playing for the Blues, Cameron Wood. He's a fan favourite down here. That'll be an interesting clash with the 2 ruckmen swapping over.
Yeah, so I think around 19 last year we saw Big Cam sort of sell Meesy a bit of candy towards, which is a pretty funny moment, but certainly won't be hoping for that same. But look, it's obviously, we'd prefer Cam to be playing up in the AFL, and look, he could get his chance, but if he does come up against us, it'll be good to see him again, and we obviously wish him the best, but not too well.
And obviously this week, a massive milestone for the club with Ben Jolly, our captain, playing his 175th VFL game, which makes him an automatic VFL life member. Just tell us a bit about Joel's.
Ben's a fantastic leader for our club. He's been around here for a long time now, and obviously playing his 175th VFL game now is pretty rare, so it's a great honour for him to be honoured with life membership across the competition, and I'm sure sort of across the competition he's been really held really high and in high esteem by all the other clubs. So he's a fantastic competitor, a fantastic leader, and just really sets a real strong example around our club. So it's a fitting honour, and we'll be certainly trying to get the win for Ben.
All right, Chris, well, let's go through the team for this week's clash against the Blues.
So from the back line, we've got Stephen McCullum in the back pocket, Peter Fawkes, full back, Daniel Kilikowski in the other back pocket, cross half back, number 10, Lee Masters, Brad Mangan at centre half back, Jack Johnston in a half back flank. Through the middle, Ben Davies on a wing, as we mentioned, Ben Jolly playing his 175th game in the middle, and Cam Lockwood on the other wing. As we mentioned before, Michael Gibbons, our 23rd player, starting on a half-forward flank. Scott Clouston, who impressed last week, was one of our better players at centre half forward. Another of our better players last week, Willie Wheeler on the half-forward flank. Up forward, Michael Sikora, Ryan Ferguson. I think last week we saw Ryan Ferguson's ability to play at both ends, so that's going to be a pretty handy asset for us going forward to be able to use him at either end of the ground. And also Mitch Banner in the other forward pocket. On ball, Nick Meese, Ed Carr, Adam Markon starting in there. And then once again we've got our interchange from there, so Jack Dorgan has a chance to make his debut. Jake Owen, Kirby McConnon, Anthony Anastasio, Jack Charleston, Dave Fay, Kane Lambert, Nick Singh and Sean Ty.
Now, there's a great turnout last week at Burbank Oval. You'd be hoping for the Seagull faithful to come out in force again this week at Visy Park.
Yeah, first away game of the year, so we're really happy with all the people that came down, and there was a fair bit of buzz around last week with the unfurling of the development flag, and also our first senior game, so we're looking forward to seeing all our Seagull faithful heading out to Visy Park, our first away game, and cheering on the boys. And obviously it's a special day for us with Ben Jolly qualifying for VFL Life membership, so hope to see you out there all on Sunday.